All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. My name is Midas Falajimo. I'm a privileged team leader of Plan B Express. I quickly will want to house with certain things in Plan B. Plan B is a community of people leverage on the digital space. And our operation, we believe that people should be independent and operation do it yourself. It's a community where we state three major things: informations, instructions, and actions. We want people to, follow informations. And in that information, there were certain instructions are located there that's going to help us for our actions. But I'd like us to know you would not benefit from the informations if you refuse to hearken into the instructions and not taking actions with those things. And I want to give a soft landing to a lot of us who are new. Probably your friends would have invited you to a market update, for Sundays. In Plan B, we don't believe, in jungle market strategy. We believe people should be meticulous in doing what is right, and because this is a very serious business. We know that you have different narrative about the market, the cryptocurrencies, the digital space, the online activities. And so we may have to disabuse your mind of certain things that are not healthy. Probably you've heard about, cryptocurrency, the blockchain technology, and, the digital space, as it were. So, but you can't go far if you refuse to, go along in learning, continue to learn. So I'm going to go looking at what's happening in the market. So what do we expect to happen in the market very quickly before I will now give certain direction to some of us who are very new. Perhaps everything we're saying may look so strange to you. We know that we said the market was going to come down. A gold market. All right. We said the market was going to come down. And of course, we saw that. What happened? And we still expected that the market should go down. And of course, we have a stoppage. And I'd like you to know that you don't get carried away because of maybe a kind of rally, right? You have a rally up and you jubilate to say, okay, now we are over. And we've said the market, the bull market, we're not yet in bull market, but whatever thing you do, perhaps in the market down, especially in genuine coins or crypto, Bitcoin, and other related coins, you are buying the dip. Buying the dip does not mean that if you're buying at $20,000 right now, it does not mean that it will still not come down. You have to go for daily time. It does not mean that the market would not still come down right to as low as possible. Yeah, perhaps we said about $16,000, and then even a sharp drop below $16,000. I've been saying this time without number, and then of course quite a lot of people still imagining. So seeing the market can still have a downtrend to as low, as 14,000 or 13,000. I still have the belief that we come below $10,000. So, but listen, if it doesn't happen, you don't put a trigger on my head, because this is when you're working with chart and data, we're working with probability, but with higher tendencies. And so where you have a higher tendency, you have to select that and reject the other hypothesis, and so that to believe that. Now, quite a number of people never believed that we're going to come down from 25,000. Of course, we did told us that the market was going to come down from 25,000. The reason we gave you so many factors, as the fact that we have very strong resistance along that time. And then you're having all of those issues now happening, and people never believed that we could have this we're having right now. So the market had no respect for your emotion. That I need to explain to Rod. Especially those of you who are new, number one, understand one thing about the market. Irrespective of that type of market have two characters. It has a chances of going up or a chances of coming down. And in larger forum, we refer to it as we have a season called a bear season and a bull season, bull run or bear market. Now, the issue is this. a lot had come in and listened to the noise of the market, right? All the noise, they didn't filter out those noise in the market by YouTubers, a lot of people about the market, and then they become victim of circumstances. Number one, good number of people come into cryptocurrency in 2017, exactly at about November, December, when Bitcoin was having an all-time high of about $18,000, $19,000, $20,000. And all they hear was that the Bitcoin was going to go to $30,000, $40,000, $50,000, and they FOMO into it. And of course, that was the time that people who understood what we call the bear season and the bull season were coming out of the market. And exactly happened again when we enter into the market, and we said that the market not being able to break above 25,400, 25,500, we should expect that we're going to come down. And of course, you do not need to know too many technical things. Just know how to obey instructions. Informations are always available. And then we said, those of us who understand certain technical aspect, we said we almost have a kind of similar triple top. And then those are confirmations of reversal, a very strong confirmation. You have a double top, you have a head and shoulder, you have a triple top, then you should have a reversal, especially when the market has rallied up. You wouldn't say the market hadn't tried to have moved from $16,000 if you go on daily time frame and then go to $25,000. I don't know how much profit you're looking for that has not been printed at that time frame. Then you should expect a correction in the market, as it were, or a total reversal and take a new trend. Yeah. So I'm saying all of this because I listen to a good number of people who will come in, my money, I'm disappointed I invest in cryptocurrency, but I need to correct one impression. Some of us who have been investing on third-party platform, ROI platforms, and then we'll give you this percentage and all of that. Quite unfortunately, you've not been into cryptocurrency. You were only investing into Ponzi scheme. So there are different things. There are two different things. You put in money to third party, or you give money to one close friends who believe, make himself to look like an angel. And then you put your money into his hands and he comes to tell you a story and you say, oh, I've invested in cryptocurrency. No. You are not an investor in cryptocurrency if you have not even really understood how your money go in and how your money come out. Now, I just need to tell us this. No, now, I'm sure a lot of us are looking at the market. When should I believe that this market is reversing? If you look at the Bitcoin now, where we are, yeah, the bottom is more freer than the up. The up is more cloudy and then having more resistance. Now, I wouldn't do anything so serious, even if I buy because something rally, though it turns out, okay, we're having a bull return because, of course, out of all this, we never have my indicator giving me that we're having a bull return. Okay? But the good side of it is that by buying Bitcoin right now, it doesn't matter where I'm buying from, that 20,000, and it come down to 10,000, I buy more, that's a dollar cost average. Okay? But the point is that even if I had bought Bitcoin because I saw, when it touched, this is a very strong support, it touched the other time. Outside this support, we have this black range, which is $18,800. Then before we now have all of those range downward here, 16,700, and a very strong one again down here at $16,400. Now, but be that as it may, we have a bounce from these two support level. And here was a resistance, but got broken and got confirmed that we're above that resistance and now become a support. Here we go. We are going to look at how to break the trend line. And if you do not break the trend line, yeah, you can't give yourself an assurance that we're breaking above this place. So what could happen? We could fall down back to 19,000 again and now create a range over time. So, but for me, I want to see how Bitcoin from tomorrow, Monday and Tuesday, able to break this trend line. That's $21,367. And of course, consolidate and confirm at $21,675. Then we can have a ring market for a while. Then before we go to the control line. Now, but the point is this: what then should I do in the market? If you are new, you perhaps want to set your portfolio, it's not a bad deal for you. You can buy some literally two as you want. Well, I will not tell you the coin you want to buy, but those of you who are probably on private mentorship, or even when you're free forum, there are so many coins we have itemized before that you know that is for your holding or legacy coin. Why not? You can buy some of them. But of course, I can tell you for free that we still have more opportunity to buy, because we break this trend, we consolidate, we go up more. And then we break down and we break this trend, then we continue to go down below this conference. But the question you need to ask yourself is that there are bad news in the market. Now, let's quickly look at some of those bad news in the market. The first that is ranging and happening more lively now is the Silicon Valley Bank. Okay, let me quickly go on here. And I'll give you guys certain narrative around that. And so you know how to prepare yourself. You tell yourself the hard truth. And then I will be telling you guys that when you do not understand the financial politics, all right, you will miss a lot of things. Now, Cycle plans to cover. There's something here. So the secretary to the treasurer, or talking about, okay, that's Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen was talking about, we're not going to give a bailout to Silicon Valley. Now, the question you need to ask me, Felix, what's the implication of the crash and the collapse of the Silicon Valley on Bitcoin and cryptocurrency? No, the collapse of the Silicon Valley Bank is not only, the effect is not only on cryptocurrency as it were. It's just that, yeah, fine, one of the major stable coin Cycle, USDC issuer, have their peg equivalent of their volume or liquidity in Silicon Valley. So with that, we could see a total collapse, very possible, of course, which is already happening, to USDC. But I want us to learn something here. Think about 2 years ago, yeah, even up is still happening now, when you have issues of file against USDT, and good number of people suggested that the best stable coin was USDC. Many of you may not remember, and good number of people say, we're not going to make use of USDT. I told them, well, I'm going to use my USDT. After all, just to hold my portfolio for me and nothing more. Now, the point there is this. What really happened that time that people were clamoring and announcing more of USDC because they believed that it was backed by this, it was backed by that. Most of those backing things will say, just like when people want to market you and hype you and put you into some of those tight corner in those their investment scheme. They tell you that it's a company from US, backed up by the US government, and just tell a lot of things. Tell a lot of lies around it. That's not true. And even if that's that doesn't give you a guarantee that you are safe. That's what I want us to know. It's not a guarantee or yardstick for you to have a confidence of investing in such platform because of, say, US government, say that and all of that. Now, the one of the biggest error now that's going to happen is that we may still see other smaller banks collapsing next new week or going to next month. Let me tell us why. Pegging to 250,000 insurance cover of those funds in Silicon Valley, when it's been proven eventually that those things didn't have those insurance cover, then each of those subsidiary regional bank and all of that will be removing their money from the remaining one. If the government, just like what the Treasury Secretary is saying now, we're not going to give a bailout. He said, yeah, there was an interview where he said, well, the government is not going to give a bailout to, Silicon Valley Bank. Please, I want to correct one impression. And all of you listen out there on the YouTube and all of that. Silicon Valley is not a bank for just cryptocurrency. It's a bank for tech. And then helping the startup to be able to raise funds and do innovations and then give them, soft landing, loan and all of that. And that makes some of those startup bank companies have their transaction or bank to be banking there because of soft landing. Now, what is the implication? Implication is this: because of the rise, of these interest rate and all of those things, then those startups were not having opportunity of those soft landing again in terms of giving you a loan, giving you, to just, your money will be there, but we can give you loan to get a startup, we sponsor you, we finance, and all of that. Those things were not happening again. So, and listen, some of those money that those startups have, they want to continue with their activities in their company, and then they have to do this. They have to remove their money from Silicon Valley. So the excess withdrawal, all right, of fund by new companies and startups led to the collapse of Silicon Valley. I like us to know that the second largest bank. So, so if you think it's only crypto, no, crypto is still minute compared to some of those technology and startup. The difference between crypto is the fact that it has a technology that is so big beyond the capital base now. I'd like us to know that the whole capitalization of cryptocurrency, not Bitcoin, is not even up to half of a stock, Apple. You quickly want to look at it. What's the total capitalization? Let's go to CoinMarketCap so that you learn some things and help yourself. I know a lot of friends will be putting so much fear on you now, especially those of you who are new, about the collapse of the Silicon Valley Bank, as if the bank is owned by Satoshi Nakamoto. No. So what's the total capitalization? Because of the recent thing that happened, it has slumped down below 1 trillion. Yeah, that's $977 billion. That's the total cap of crypto. Yeah. Now, let's look at something very quickly. Let's look at something very quickly so that you know why some of us are crazy about crypto. Not just only the money we are making now, but because of the potential, okay? Now, yeah, say Apple, yeah, Apple market cap. Can you see? Yeah, okay. So Apple is $2.3 trillion. And the whole crypto market is not up to 1 trillion. So that means the whole crypto market is not up to half of Apple as just a stock. Good? So what signal does it send to you? Now, crypto is a startup, you can call it that. But innovations, of course, the innovations around crypto is big. But this is the challenge. The government of the world, everything, one thing that have been happening in China, in the United States of America, they have been sponsoring, struggling to create what they call the USD CDC, right? The government stable coin. And different government of the world have been working on that to say, okay, we are having our digital currency that you want to do, don't use Bitcoin. So what threat does that pose on Bitcoin? Well, I would like you to know that there's no threat, but it's going to shade out a lot of people who perhaps will not be able to function again. And that's why I've been telling a lot of people, you just need to work very fast to acquire as much as possible in your digital strength before all of those formalities come to play practically. And what happened? There will be a shift. And what shift will happen? The shift that will happen is this. Once those things start happening, you are going to have more of this. Yeah? You are going to have more of DEX. Okay? So you are going to be having more of DEX crypto exchange beyond the usual, centralized exchange. Now, yeah, won't they crack down some of those DEX exchange? No, that's why you're going to be having all of those Web3, layer 2, layer 1, new system, and all of that. Now, but the point there is that you as a player in the system, what you need to learn is the aspect of being able to know ahead of time and leverage on those things and make a lot of money, then help yourself to still leverage on the technology ahead of time, right? It sounds so ambiguous. And that's why that brought us to the aspect of everyone who is in crypto now. Yes, fine. You need to have your exchange platform. Perhaps I want to check, I quickly want to check something. Yeah, the markets, how do I play my politics in the crypto space and not to be withheld by the market activities? We have said, number one, you need to learn how to trade behind and ahead of the crowd. The crowd are going to be emotional, and many people wouldn't have access to some informations or timely informations. And then that will affect their decisions, because they will take decision at the wrong time. And once they continue doing that over and over again, then there are going to be issues. I follow trend and narrative. That's one of the secrets of the market. The trend and the narrative. And technically, when we talk about trend, there are two types of trends. There is a structural trend, which has to do with, like now, even if I don't do so much technical analysis, look at it. This is Bitcoin, right? Structurally, this is a downtrend. I know many of you who are new, you wouldn't understand what we mean. Why is it a downtrend? That's the question you asked me. Oh, Felix, over a period of time, Bitcoin was going up. There was a time it was perpetually at 1617, 1617. So all of a sudden, Bitcoin broke out. Let me quickly look at it. I'm doing this for so many of us who are still missing a lot of things. And that's why the much highly mature enterprise or people in the crypto now, in the financial market, are the people in the stock market. So at a given time, Bitcoin was down here, okay? Bitcoin was down here. Yeah, it was coming down and came down crazily eventually. Look at it. I just want to do something. Those. So Bitcoin was down here at a point for more than how many months? Like say 2 months or so. Okay, we can go back for the other first place. Sorry. Yeah. Okay, it was down somewhere here before, $17,000. So we can see down here from here, for about 200 days thereabout. Yeah, for about 200 days thereabout, and Bitcoin was there. And so people were following, and until we have some confirmations of Bitcoin, yeah, broke out here. Having broke out here, we have a movement of Bitcoin that was around January 2nd, 4th, 2nd, and we have a breakout of Bitcoin. I'm narrating something so that those of you who are coming, who have just been, killing yourself with the market. Now, Bitcoin broke out and have a very smooth ride up to 40-something%. Yeah, so give and take up to 50%. Crazy, right? That's up to 50%. That means from January 2nd or 3rd or 8th, Bitcoin ride up to this place, February 21st, and have about 50%. Now, you do not need to be over greedy. You don't need to kill yourself unnecessarily. For people who do not have enough time to start staying with the market, checking the market and all of that, you only wait for a trend to be identified. And that was what I identified here. And we have this uptrend, to as up as this place. And then markets start now change trend. Now you have people who are bought here, give and take. Somebody who are bought here, if I'm looking at this in an Elliott wave, we have 5 waves as it were. We have 1, 2, and we have 3, we have 4, and then this is a complete cycle, 5. and they say, okay, I'm going to reverse. And now it has been reversing. For the fact that it pick up now does not mean that we are over. Yeah. So we're still saying, okay, it's very possible we return back to the 16,000 and all of that. Even though you are having a kind of rally now, that is not sustainable because we have a lot of resistance ahead of it. So you don't just need to be a victim of the situation. And that's why we said, learn to understand the trend. So there are two trends that are technical in structure. So by the technical structure of the trend, we're still in a downward trend, as it were. We have seen the market, break down, rally up again, and then break down. We have that. But this rally was very big though, but we're still at the base. Now, in fact, for some persons who want to confirm that, okay, the structure is invalidated if we go above $22,800. Well, remember? Yeah. And then some will say, no, I really want to go to even 23,000 for me to know that D is invalidatable. At 22,800 is like invalidated and could actually go sideways and move back up. I'm doing all of this for us to understand you do not need to be in a haste to do well in crypto. Yeah, there are people who do scalping, day trading, fine, that's your choice. But the best you can do for yourself, I would tell you, you may not be wealthy in crypto if you do not know how to hold and swing. That's the truth. Every holder, it will be easy for you to swing. And every swinger, it will be easy for you to hold. But people who scalp, you can just, wear out yourself eventually when you are supposed to be holding. Okay? So now, what do we have in the market? Now, most time, I don't even give myself a necessary headache. There are two sides of it. When the US dollars, the permutation around the US dollar index is going up, expect Bitcoin to come down. This is a secret many people don't even use. When the US dollars index is going up, then you expect Bitcoin to come down. When the Bitcoin is going up, you expect the US dollar index to come down. Let's look at it here. Those of you who trade. Okay, can you see now? All the time the BTC was coming down, yeah, the US dollar index has been going up. And now you saw this like a kind of drop down, and then that's where we have a rally for BTC. Okay? So you have a rally for BTC. So the most important thing is this, you don't need to be in a haste. A lot of people run around and jump around. Just be calculative. And you may tell, oh, I'm a new person, that's why I don't know anything. That's why you need to follow instruction. And basically, I will show you something. As a new person, what exactly do I need? Number one, you need a wallet. Okay, you need a wallet, Crypto Compare. Yeah, I'm not asking you to just download anyhow wallet. So that's why you need a mentor. Okay, not a tormentor. Okay, you need a mentor because there are persons you have as a mentor. They are tormentors because they give you subjective information based on what they want to achieve from you, rather than showing you in reality what it is. So the first thing, as independent fellow who is coming into cryptocurrency, of course, you need to learn. You need trainings, okay? So you need training. And then in your training, you need tools, okay? You need tools. And one of the first tools you must have is wallet, okay? And for those of you who have gone far in crypto, you don't just need a mobile or wallet, you need a hardware wallet to be joined. At least like Ledger Nano X, you need a wallet. So this Ledger Nano X to have your tokens stored in cold wallet, not just on web wallets. Now, for those of us who are new, you definitely need to be trained, basically, not that you are changing your career, okay? So then you will need wallet. And one of the example of the wallet, we said, okay, you can need your MetaMask, you can need the SafePal, why not Trust Wallet, depending on how you are using it. And all those wallets are free, so you use it free, okay? Then download. If you're using MetaMask, I always tell people download the one on the web, something like this. That will be on your desktop wallet, okay? So that's where you store your coin. And right now, you believe with me that there's no one who is in crypto, and if you do not have a wallet where after you bought some token you want to hold, you go and keep it on external wallet, you are still playing with yourself. Okay? Then you will now need an exchange platform. Okay? You need an exchange platform like I sent to some of us, OKES. Why I send OKES to some of us is that I want to do some experimentations on the OKES. Of course, exactly for the training we are having starting tomorrow. I'm going to be using OKES free boot for training, for people to use it. And then even the demo, all right? Their demo for a kind of training, where you can just use it to your own advantage. So the summary of the whole thing is this: the markets, if you make yourself as a prey in the hands of the manipulators or market manipulators, then you will come in and dash them money freely. That's the truth. So you just need to learn basic, have your wallet, have your exchange platform, all right? Then you get addicted to taking informations, hacking to the instructions in it, so that you don't just enter into the market anyhow. Yeah, like the market that just broke out now, it's only for people who want to do day trading and all of that. Some of us just DCA with dollar cost average rather than trying to catch the market. You cannot catch the market. The market will be as it were. So trying to catch the market will going to give you a lot of issue. But for people who have time, why not? And so, but for you, you want to enter at a good breakout. And for instance, you've entered at 17,000 or 18,000, even 20,000, and it got to 25,000. And we already say it's going to break down, and you have sold part of it. And then imagine from there, even look at it. Yeah, okay. So let's even look at it from here down to this place. That's about 21% loss here. So, all right, 21% loss. And of course, you start buying, you ladder buy, because why? What you sold at 50%, and now it has retraced by 21%, and you're buying, you're good, okay? Rather than trying to catch some of those small moves, it will give you a headache because you can't be with the market at all time. You just need to let it be. You only set trap and go away, and that's what you need to do. So please, I beg us, because I've listened to a lot of people tell me, hey, I'm in crypto, I don't know, this is gambling and all of that. Because the narration people gave to us about it was like a gambling. No, it's not different from, you can see now the same chart, the same environment we use for crypto is the same environment we use for, I think I trade crypto, I trade stock, I trade, many things. And so, look at gold. I was checking gold. Very nice breakout. Yeah, very nice breakout. For gold, yeah, where is gold? Gold. 3. Okay, this is 3, 4. Complete. So as you can now see gold, I traded gold and I stopped my uptrend things and then buying down, rather than killing myself at every second, every now and then. So you take advantage of the movement of the market. But if you want to do that, you don't need to jump at the market at every small move. If you're a scammer, maybe a scammer eventually, because you discover you have just scammed yourself out of nothing. All right? So don't scam yourself just because you want to catch every move. No, be strategic enough. If you're not strategic, I can tell you, you're going to waste your resources. So lastly, for those of us who are failed to leverage, let me use an example. Okay, I will use 2 platforms as an example. Number one, I will use WigoSwap. Number one, I will use WigoSwap. Number two, I will use Ultron Swap. Now, why am I using these two guys as an example? Now, I use Ultron Swap and WigoSwap as an example. Many people, when they join Ultron is a new project, and that's why we say, okay, we leverage that we call an opportunity coin. Now, imagine we said the first thing you must learn is that, look at it, for instance, here. We said there are coins that are primary coin or legacy coins, and we call them low risk or slow growth, but good back, right? BTC, Matic, and all that, they're already established. Having bought some of them at a good breakout, you kept them waiting for the bull run. You are fine, right? Then in doing that, you are still having some project that you buy into that they look a bit risky though, but eventually they give you money. Now, the narration behind this guy, Ultron, there were a good number of people who, when they come into Ultron, what they joined was this. That's why in Plan B we diversify. So what they joined was Mavi, okay? Yeah, it's not a bad deal, okay? What they joined was Mavi. This is Mavi, for instance. And in Mavi, it's a marketing arm that marketed Ultron. That is the blockchain. Now, people were making referral bonus and all of that, and they have a lock staking, which maybe, depending on how the first 1 year in that order, some of us ought to lock our own. Now, why in Mavi, some get carried away only by marketing. I'm not saying it's wrong to do marketing. And then why doing that, we came to discover when Mavi launched, they now have Ultron Swap for their farming. And you could see when the farming started, let me do one arithmetic for us. That's where you need to know you don't give your money to any funny person that will come to lie to you. Now, imagine, let's say $1,000 was invested in buying ULX token when they launched at 2 cents. Yeah, we actually entered 2 cents, 1 cent. So imagine that. So this divide by 0.01, or let's say 0.02 when you come in, that would be 50,000 ULS token. So this was divided to 2 and keep in the farming. However, if you add another $1,000 to make it balance, that means you have 50,000 ULS token and all of that. And now the first 2-3 months were ranging on about 300 and something percent APY. And I told friends, I said, let's say on the average, 320% the first month, plus let's say 250%, and the last 200%. That's 770%, for give and take within those range. Now, you now divide this by 12 months. Okay, divide by 3, sorry. 770 divided by 365. That's 21. Yeah. So multiply by 30 days. Case is 3 plus. So multiply by 3. Okay. Okay, we have something like about 60-something% for that 3 months or so. Now, if that's the case, the token, we have 50,000 token. That the 50,000 token you have for that 3 months, for the 50,000 token you bought for that 3 months on the farming, you have gotten about, let's just say, even 50% of the token. That's going to give you 25,000 token, right? 25,000 token. So that will be 75,000 token. Now, by the growth rate of the coin, because it's already a liquidity token, by the growth rate, it means vis-a-vis, you have USDT, but because it's paired with the token, the growth of the token increases the USDT you have. So eventually, in 3 months, the token moved up to 13 cents. So what you're now saying is that 75,000 token multiplied by 0.13. That gives 9,750, then plus 9,750. 9,750. That's what it means. So that means about $19,500. Now listen, in 3 months, your $2,000 will have been $19,500. Now we told some people to sell, and this is ULX. We did say that the market was going to come down, right? And then rebound from give and take from 5 cents and above. I'm just giving some of us, some narrative that we work with in plan B. Why you are still like, how does it really work? You don't need to be there for it to work. And we saw the breakout, very nice. And let me use the good. Can see this is how we roll, okay, guys? Guys, this is how we roll, okay? Can see the movement, right? That's a very crazy movement. Now, the question I will ask people is this. You just need to be patient, okay? Just be patient. Let me take up here. I want to arrive at somewhere. You can see all those my line. You don't need to draw this line. It's my work, and that's why in plan B is, if you are in plan B and you are following instruction, yours is just to do copy and paste. Now, having sold at 13 cents thereabout up here, remember, we waited and the market now came down and then broke, the trend line, of course, and give and take, I think we bought back and sold, okay, we did another 52%. That was last year. And then this year again, another buying opportunity was December, and then which we did about 38% to January. Okay. Then another opportunity happened here. Is likely many people didn't catch up here, but they catch up here, which was the same thing, January to January ending or so. Then, since then, it has been going down. But look at it. For those of us who have the farming, no matter how it's going down, you are still in profit. Now, it broke out again this month, March 3rd, and then some bought. Look at it. So presently, those that bought in beginning of March are already on 30%. I'm just using all this. Now, look at it for, let's say, since last year, November, first buy, 52%, another buy, 38%, and the third buy, 30%. So let's cumulate. 30 plus 38, 68, all right? 30 plus 38, 68, plus 52. So 68, 70, that's 120%. 120%, November, December, till you are not overworking yourself. 120% divide by 4. Okay, November, this is March. That's 40%. And then you do not need to listen to some funny scheme that promise you 10, 20% every month. Here you are meticulously following instruction, and you have 120% in your growth. Divide by 4, that gives you 30% with rest of mind. Meanwhile, you are now doing the farming and accruing more volume of your token by this percentage. So why I'm showing us this is that you will buy some coin and to hold it, but since you know that it has organic growth, we rather put in liquidity or in farming or in staking and all of that. The same thing happened to us on WiggoSwap, right? I'm sure WiggoSwap, we bought it when it was lesser than this. And then it even pumped up to 207. And then it came down to 2042. I think was it last week, right? And people printed money without stress. And those are the things we tell people. So while you are learning, you need to develop yourself to be patient and disciplined. Rather than giving your money to some of those third-party ROI platforms, it's better for you to learn basic how to just navigate all those platforms and then heed to instructions. When they ask you to do this, you do it. And when you do not understand, you ask questions or say, okay, how is this? So that over time, you'll be able to build yourself on it. One thing I want to give assurance to everyone, no one was born with the financial market, the crypto market. Someone's learned it and anyone too can learn it. So ladies and gentlemen, market will be very, very dicey this week. So just understand that, because there are a lot of mixed feelings, right? Some persons in some of those regional banks in US, we keep withdrawing their money. And so when they withdraw, you can have some mixed feelings. And so, but we do not need to panic on anything, right? We're in a very good season. And so for those of you who are coming in newly, pay attention to basic learning, obey instructions, and then you'll be able to help yourself. And I will advise for some of our projects that we have not visited before, I think it's high time we go back there to visit and understand what's actually going on there. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, you probably may have questions. You can put up your digital hands and I will give you privilege to ask questions. Please, if you have questions, please put up your digital hands, or you can go to the chat box and type your questions and so that I can quickly attend to it. We just have 6 minutes for that, for us to shut down in this training. Yeah, questions, anyone? You have questions, then type it on the chat box. Then I can attend to them. If you don't chat on, if you're not making use of the chat box, you can ask, put up your hands, and I will beacon on you for you to, and of course, unmute you to ask questions. And I will not forget telling you this, guys. I can give you this for free, that many people are going to miss out of this next bull run. I can tell you that. And I will remind you that I say so because why? The market is going to be manipulated so much that people will be afraid. People will run away. So for those of us who have a very wide chest, we will not run go anywhere because I don't take transfer. So we'll stay, and then, but the time you will come back, it may be so disappointing. That's the truth. It may be so disappointing. So for me, if you don't know how to follow the narrative I told us and obey simple instructions, it's going to be very pathetic. All right, thank you. Okay, thank you. Now, another thing I will tell us that you don't make decision to buy or sell when the market's already moving. We call something dead zone. The best place to buy any asset is at the dead zone. And what's the dead zone? Non-happening area. Imagine when people want to buy, like sometime now, people want to buy Bitcoin. Maybe when they saw it pumping in the morning or today, towards this evening. Oh, let me buy. You definitely will know that. Some persons don't know that, okay, Bitcoin you want to buy, it probably maybe when it was 21,400 is when the person will be buying because he saw it pumping. And immediately it does that, it's going to come down and then it's at 20,000 plus. Hey, he said, let me go and pray. Holy Ghost fire, take it off. You're missing it, all right? It won't, because I'm not going to be surprised if you take this move again and hit up to 21,153 and then crash down. Who cares? So please, let's be careful. You don't buy just because you want to buy. You buy because all conditions, all important conditions are met. Okay. Something about catching if you have studied it, sir. Okay. The project looks enticing, but we need to hear from you about it because I know you must have entered the platform, sir. Okay, somebody, okay, I think this has to do with the GetFit mining platform on the KaiChain. Yeah, quite okay. KaiChain is a lovely project. Okay. Yeah, the challenge I have is this. Sometimes when things are going to take too much of my time, because I love to be flexible, because I have a whole lot of things on my table. And then when it's going to take so much of my time, I prioritize and keep them at bay at given time to return back to them. So quite okay. I've checked the platform, but there are factors I'm still looking for that I've not gotten to meet my criteria and my standard. That's the truth. So until I find out that, or I have to give some attention, quite not going to be flexible for me this week because we have training starting tomorrow and to end by weekend. And so I wouldn't even have the time. So before I will have that time now, perhaps maybe shortly before I'll go to Lagos for the conference, which is after this week. Okay, next week. That should be next week. Okay, 20-something. That should be the time I will have to check. I've checked the Kai chain. It's a lovely project, but there are futures are still expected to have, and I've not seen them. That doesn't mean it's not a good one. And so we have to just keep our finger crossed before we make conclusions. Okay. Yeah, that's what I can say about the Kai chain right now. All right, ladies and gentlemen, please, those of you on private mentorship, always, every time I send a record in a video, because I know some of us didn't take instruction for last week and where we say, okay, the market at this. I think we said VET. Let me check. VET. Where is it? Oh, VETs. Okay, we said VET. We actually say we're looking at VET to buy in, to take inside here. All right. 0.19 to 55 thereabouts. So let me just check. And so you just need to, we have said let condition be met. Sorry. Okay. Come in to right here. VET, even Matic. Okay, I did say that Matic for on the, okay, good. Now you can see VET. Oh, exactly. Yeah, guys, can you see? So you can see that was a very nice support there. So we actually say, you know, getting to enter from, look at it, sweat. Say, if it breaks downtrend, might continue to sweep bulls, stops under the low 0.022 weekly swing low into a weekly gap, and accumulation begin near 0.01955. There you are. So now what really happened is this: as much as you have bought here, it doesn't really matter what it does later. If it's like, let it crash down, the more you buy more. Make sense? It doesn't matter. Now, but let me now show you now. If you look at VET, now if you are new, maybe you can buy VET now. Okay, if you want to buy, but don't pull the trigger on my head. Now, let me show you guys something. Technically, you know, I'm not teaching you technical analysis. Look at what thing you can just tirelessly check now on VET. Can you tirelessly check something on VET? Those of you who understand technical indicators analysis, see this term. What is this? Okay, let me make it thicker. Oh shit, let's go this way. We want to have to do it better. Okay, guys, this is invert, that's inverted head and shoulder. So you expect a good move up, right? Secondly, there's a completion of, sorry, get out of this place. A completion of wave, okay? Where is this guy? 1, 2, yeah, correction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The next, if you finish up here, we'll all have down. So You can buy VET, though it's a little bit risky, but the coming down more is not going to be too dangerous for you. Okay. Are there chances that VET come down to 0.016 years? That's a very good one for me. More again, 0.015, 0.01599 and 559 down to 0.015 this. So yeah, you're in the market. Why not? You are new, you don't even know what to buy now. Buy VET. Thank you. Thank you very much. All right, guys. So enjoy yourself. So where do I buy VET? Of course, if you want to know, you are new, we'll tell you to buy VET. Oh, they just tell us to buy VET. Number one, if you're on our community, I sent some link, even on your, what's it called? So you can just go to CoinMarketCap. Look at CoinMarketCap, is free. Yeah, you go to search and type VET, V-E-T, all right, VET chain, and then check it. And then what do you check? The next you check is to check down there. Okay, you can see VET. Yeah. So you see, where can I buy it? You see market, okay? Well, CoinMarketCap or CoinGecko. I use both CoinGecko, okay? Okay, so you can buy VET on Binance, you can buy VET on KuCoin. So I think it should help you. So you can buy VET and don't be in a haste of selling it. All right, but I think in our class tomorrow is part of the thing we'll use to do experiment so that we can do a swing strategy on VET. Those of you who are participants, get ready. We may have to use VET. So you can buy it on Binance, okay? Very okay. So if you have Binance account, go to your Binance account, buy some VET. When should I sell it? I don't know. It's your choice. Oh, you asked us to buy, then why don't you tell us when to sell it? Well, at your grid permits. If your grid tell you to sell, sell. Okay? So, but I've asked you to buy, but when to sell, I don't know. Okay? So you may want to sell at area of control, perhaps at 21st, 0.024. Yeah, you may want to sell there, layer by layer. It's your choice. So, but for me, if I'm buying, I'm not buying for swinging now. All right. So, but if you buy, never mind. You're going to be having some stoppage at 0.022. Those areas I did mention when it was coming down. You could see my detail here. Yeah. So that we could go back here to the over here. Then of course, okay. So I think I'm going to use this working document. I think I sent this document on the 20-something of last month. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for your time. Enjoy yourself. And those of you who are new, that's how we roll in Plan B. We believe that you need to stay to be involved by yourself independently. It's very, very important. So those of you who are participants for the tomorrow, kicking off tomorrow, please make it prompt. If you're attending money section, attend. It's the same thing we'll repeat in the evening. It's just to make it flexible for people who perhaps may not have time for money time. And it's not as if we're going to do a different class, you know, it's the same thing, just to make it flexible for them and just to have interactions. And so that's going to be good. Then those of us who leverage on the promo is ending by 11:59 p.m. tonight. That's all our, you know, subscriptions, all our subscriptions for Plan B Express, private mentorship, as $5,000, and so you're paying 30% off. Bill with me, 30% off, irrespective of your package and when you're using. Because there are some persons in Plan B, their bill with me is $150 per year. I say that is partiality. You will understand the difference. A time will come, I'm sure we're looking at private mentorship. Once we have is it 50 to 100 people in private mentorship will stop, will not admit new people again. That's what we're looking at. And that time now, you may be hearing different things about private mentorship. So that's what we're doing. So there are people on bill with me who, when they come in, what they paid maybe 4 or 5 years ago, what they paid was $150. And some people came thereafter, what they paid was $500 or something. Then some people borrow. Now you're paying $1,500. So if now taking up the discount, then you're paying 30% off. And all of those other, some of those are, I think we created some flexible, part where people can participate just to help some of our people. Let me quickly flash it if you. Okay, so private mentorship, 5,000. Hybrid swing cycle, 500 yearly. Yeah, bill with me, $1,500 yearly. Low gem and pump hunts, $500 in 3 months or $750 yearly. Market calls and spot traders, yeah, $100 in 3 months or $250 yearly. Light portfolio builders, $150 in 3 months or $400 yearly. Of course, you want to learn basic from basic, intermediate, advanced, and masterclass. These are purely training, 150, 300, 500, 1,000. So, but when you are paying from now till 11:59 p.m. Nigerian time or West African time, 30% off any of those ones. So let's say you're coming for private mentorship. So $5,000, yeah, multiplied by 0.3, yeah. So that means $1,500 off. So taking away that, so you're paying $3,500. But once it's 11:59 p.m. Nigerian time tonight, is over because it started about 3 days ago. Okay, somebody's asking something. Okay, so everyone, have a nice time, enjoy yourself. The week is very, very lousy, so but don't panic. We're going to make insane money. Bye.